So my name is Jenny Harris. I am Jody's older sister and part of the Harris family. So I'm the director of marketing, and I handle everything e-commerce wise, direct into consumer, while Jody handles everything customer facing in Bluffton. So I'm going to take the next portion, the last portion of the tour. We'll go over to the maker space, which is where we make our tallow soap, our leather items, and our pet chews. And then from there we'll leave and go to the processing plants. And then you'll see processing as well as order fulfillment. All right, we can walk on over this way then. Thank you, ma'am. Hello. This is our maker space. We built this in, it was completed in January of 2017, but this is the zero waste workshop. So in agriculture, there is no waste. I'm sure you talked about it this morning when we rode by, but the guts are composted and then reapplied back to the farm as an organic soil amendment. The hides are sent to a tannery in upstate New York, where they are turned into leather, which we then bring back down here to turn into bags and wallets and all sorts of things, hats with leather patches like these. Fat, so excess fat is rendered down into a liquid, and then with just a few ingredients turned into tallow candles, soap, lip balm, moisturizer, and a few other skincare items. And in the back, you'll see, we'll look at all of this, but in the back we take items like tracheas, esophaguses, noses, and ears and dehydrate those and turn them into pet chews. In our system, we call these products, but in the commodity industrial system, they would call them byproducts. For us, there is no byproduct. Every product adds more value to the whole, and so that's the way that we run things. We sell these items through our online store, and they're sold all over the nation. They're one of the things that's easiest to ship since they're shelf stable. They don't need dry ice and to be delivered in a very short window. So it's very helpful to have these additional items which customers can support. That don't necessarily live within our ground network. Any questions about those? Perfect. We'll peep our heads in the door of each of these different departments. So this is the leather room. This is where all of our leather items are created. Walker manages all of the staff here, the items, the systems, the inventory, but we've got crafters. I think Lacey is very new. Is Lacey right? Layla. And then Jamie. Jamie is also a leather crafter.
Jamie took a late lunch. Sorry, guys.
What's up, Bree? Long time no see.
I know.
So we can't all fit in here. Do you mind if I grab one of these trays?
That's fine.
Okay. Is that hard enough for me to grab?
Yes, ma'am.
Sweet. I'll bring this out. So this is a tray of our tallow soap. This is mostly fat that's been rendered down, and then with either an essential oil or not, we'll let these cure for 30 days, and we'll sell them as bar soap. So
it's just fat, they have no other chemicals or anything?
Well, there are other ingredients. Bree, will you come here for one sec?
It smells great.
It does smell great. What are the ingredients in the soap?
Beef tallow.
Yep.
Coconut oil and olive oil.
Beef tallow, coconut oil, and olive oil.
And then whatever essential oil.
And then
what essential oils do you add normally?
How many?
Which one?
Peppermint.
We have peppermint, we have cedarwood, we have spearmint, lavender,
Lemon.
lemon, and we do unscented.
Yep. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
No problem.
So your skin is your largest organ, and so many customers of ours are so aware of the foods that they eat. But what a lot of customers don't understand is that what you put on your body is just as important in what you consume, and so that's been a really big hit. again, we can't all fit in here, but this is our inventory room. I'll bring a couple of items out. So these are cow noses. So again, parts of the animal that's not for human consumption, we turn them into pet chews. So noses, ears, esophaguses, trachea. But the top seller are our raw hides. These are hides that are soaked in a lye water solution overnight. They're then taken out, and we remove the hair by scraping the hair off with a knife. We then string them up and put them in our dehydrating room where they'll turn hard. We then take them out of there, cut them into squares and roll them up, put rubber bands around them, and then we sell an all-natural rawhide, which is really exciting. So many vets have basically banned rawhides, and I understand that. It's because they're chemically treated, and they get stuck in animals' throats and stomachs, and there's way more downside than there is upside. But animals evolved gnawing on the sun-dried hides of the animals that they consumed. And so this, when treated very naturally, can be great for their teeth, can be great for their nutrition. Animals have some really specific things that they need. They have to chew a certain amount of times a day to release a calming endorphin.
Yeah, makes them happier.
That's right. And so allowing animals, even your pets, to express their instinctive behavior by chewing has some really positive effects. You don't lose quite as many shoes or belts or legs of a chair or whatever else. All right, and the last stop will be where we produce those raw hides. Y'all can follow me. So that white machine there was actually flown in from Italy. It is a dehairing machine, which is really helpful. So when we slaughter cattle, we take the hides directly from the kill floor and we run them through that machine, which removes the fat. They're then soaked in those pools of lye and water and are then taken out the next day and scraped. So we remove the hair. They're then strung up, dried, and then cut into squares. So this is that process. And what it allows farmers to do is add, a lot of money per animal when they slaughter. All of us are focused on selling the products of that animal for as much as we possibly can, so that we can continue raising and processing those animals. And the program works on meat alone, but when you start doing value addition like soap and pet chews and leather bags, those same animals are more profitable. They're more valuable. It allows you to create jobs. It allows consumers different ways to support you, and it allows you the ability to talk to different customers. A vegan might not necessarily eat meat, but if they're going to wear leather, they would want to wear the highest quality leather on the market. And so this is a system that allows them to still support animal agriculture by not necessarily consuming it. Any questions about this process?
Do you have any idea what, you don't call them byproducts, products that are besides the beef that are actually making some of your best profit?
These are all profitable.
The hides and the soap and all these things have come to a point where they're profitable.
Leather, pet chews, and tallow. Tallow's pretty break even the first 6 months of the year, but then we get into the gifting season, the holiday season, and that's when it really picks up. So candles, a lip balm. They'll do things like make bug spray to help carry them through the summer. They'll make other sunscreen and that sort of thing to help keep them busy during those slower months. But the tallow department is profitable through the holiday season, and then leather's consistently profitable. And we've done some really interesting things, like on our candles, put a leather wrap. So that way they can all kind of support each other. And that's been very helpful in, making, keeping the departments busy during those non-holiday months. So, any other questions?
Is the hair used in the composting? After y'all
It is.
So they'll take that over there.
That's right. All of the fat, the hides that are like on the edges that didn't get used, those will all go to compost.
I just thought about it. I do plaster, and old style plaster had horsehair in it.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you could get a market for somebody wanting to do natural plaster to sell them some of your hair.
Who knows?
I know you can use it in your
Yeah.
composting real well. But
That's right. Well, the highest and best use of the animal. Fat we used to not necessarily have a market for. And then we started making biodiesel to run the tractors out of the fat. Well, then gas got so cheap that I could buy fuel for cheaper than what we could convert fat into biodiesel. And so being flexible to find the highest and best use of the animal is really important. We make these really unique tallow bars. There are people who don't want to use butter, so they'll use our tallow bars, which are melted down, rendered down fat into a mold that has got some salt or some honey or different flavors. But that caught traction so well with our keto, carnivore, paleo customer base that we had to take the price of the candles up because then there was not enough fat to go around. And so we, running it like a business is very important. It's where can we get the highest value out of that raw material. And so, we took the price of the candles up, and now they're in line with the tallow bars, and and it makes sense now. But I hope that we're trying to balance things forever. I hope we're always able to find a higher and better use of those items. So we have started doing, so we've got a commissary back behind our processing plants. They're doing some rendering for us. They're starting to use this to boil hooves, to then pull the hoof off of the foot and sell those as pet chews. So anything that needs to be heated is done there.
You mentioned the keto and carnivore. Do y'all do anything with the collagen or the gelatin that comes out of their hooves?
So this is not a food grade facility back here. If we had done it in our processing plants, we absolutely could. And I think that there's a lot of value there. The people that are figuring that out are people who process in a lot larger volumes than we do. But there are a lot of benefits to collagen. Our animals would have a tremendous amount. It'd be a great source of that, but we just have not invested in the facilities to do it. We would love to be able to tan on site. The art of tanning has pretty much been exported to Mexico or China. Tanning here on the farm would be a really special thing, but the investment that it would take to tan is great, and the amount of product we would have to put through it is very small. We're processing 30 head a day. Tanneries need hundreds of thousands of hides for a load. So it just, it would be the ultimate taking a machine gun to a knife fight. We can't afford a machine gun. We're never going to be able to have the bullets for the machine gun. We won't know how to shoot it. But that's where we are. So, y'all want to go check out the processing plants?